Hey everyone, welcome back to Endless Money Pits. This is a 2008 Yamaha XT250, and today I'll show you how to bleed the brake fluid. Yamaha recommends replacing the brake fluid along with the internal components of the brake master cylinders and the calipers every 2 years, as well as the brake hoses every 4 years. Personally, I'm not going to replace any of those parts unless they're damaged or malfunctioning, so today I'll just be doing the brake fluid. I don't know how long it's been since the last time this bike got new fluid, but I'm doing it today because I just finished replacing the rear brake caliper, so watch for that video coming soon. Anyway, this job is pretty simple, and it doesn't take very long, so let's get to it. Here are the tools that I used for this job. Impact driver, Phillips number 2, an 8mm wrench, and a ratcheting 8mm wrench. For this job I also needed a rag, shop towels, rubber gloves, silicone hose, a plastic container, and a bottle of .4 brake fluid. There are links in the description for everything I used. I'll start on the rear brake by removing the cover for the brake fluid reservoir. I topped off the reservoir with new fluid, but you could argue it would be better to remove most of the old fluid first to reduce contaminating the new fluid. I didn't make these holes big enough and it caused me to spill some fluid, so make the holes bigger than this, or just remove the foil altogether. Remove the rubber cap from the bleed screw, put a wrench on it, and run a hose down to a container for catching the old fluid. Use one hand to build pressure in the brake lever, then slightly open the bleed screw with the other hand, letting out a small amount of fluid. Close the bleed screw and repeat. There was a lot of air in the line from being disconnected, so it took a few tries before I could feel any pressure or see any fluid coming out. Make sure to keep adding fluid to the reservoir to keep air from getting sucked into the line, and repeat the process until new fluid starts coming out from the bleed screw. It can be hard to tell the difference between the old fluid and the new fluid, but you probably shouldn't need to refill the reservoir more than 3 or 4 times to clear out any bubbles and all the old fluid. Finish with the fluid level above the low mark on the reservoir, but leave room for the rubber diaphragm on top. Make sure to wipe off any moisture before reinstalling these parts. These only fit together one way. The front brake fluid reservoir looks different than the rear one, but the bleeding procedure is the same, so I'll just let the footage speak for itself. I've been fixing up this bike off and on for about a year now, and I've put out a bunch of videos on it along the way, so check those out before you go. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe for more of the best DIY videos on the internet. And until next time, just keep throwing money at it. Impact driver. Impact driver. Impact driver. Impact driver. Impact driver. Is that how I say it? Impact driver. Impact driver. Impact driver. Impact driver.